Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name is Beth, and if you're new, welcome. Today I will be finishing up a quilt top that I put together a little while back. I will leave a link below on how I put the quilt top together. I was waiting to find a backing that would kind of go along with the quilt top, and I did find the backing, so now it's time to make my quilt sandwich. And as you can see, I have some pieces of batting that I will be piecing together, and here's that really pretty backing fabric that I found that I think is going to go really nicely with this quilt top. When you make a lot of quilts, you do have leftover pieces of batting that I do not like to discard. So I fold them up and they are in my closet, and here I am straightening some edges so that I can piece these pieces of batting together. And I have a featherweight here in my sewing room in Texas. That's my only machine right now, and so I don't have a zigzag option, and I thought I would try to just hand stitch these together with some large basting stitches, and I'm using this blue thread so maybe you can see my stitches just a little bit better. Here are those big stitches. I do not need these pieces of batting to hold together firmly because they will be quilted inside my quilt. I just need these pieces to stay together until my quilt top is, or my quilt is complete. I needed to straighten just a little bit of the corner of that piece of batting there to get my two longer pieces together now, and I just took that really big basting stitch or a whip stitch all the way through these two longer pieces to join my batting, and it really didn't take very long. I was kind of dreading this step, but it really didn't take long at all to get these pieces together. I used a 505 basting spray out on my porch, sprayed just a little bit of that on my batting, and then I smoothed the quilt top on top of the batting, working from the center and then out towards the edges. I have been using my little featherweight here in my sewing room in Texas, and I have been quilting with it using a large stitch, but I thought I might see if it would be a little bit easier using my featherweight if I purchased a table, an extension table, and this is one I got from Walmart, and the brand is So Steady. It matches nicely with my machine. They do make a clear acrylic table as well. I decided to purchase this black one, and I'm going to see if this helps out just a little bit as I quilt those lines in my quilt. And since my machine is just a little bit taller than my table, I do not have a little place to insert my machine like I do at home. I added a pillow and a book so that I'd be sitting a little bit taller as I quilt my quilt. I began in the center of my quilt. I rolled up one of the corners, and I'm going to simply sew through all of the squares. There's some smaller squares, and then there's the larger squares of that space fabric, and the squares are pretty big, so I could have marked those larger squares, but I eyeballed it and I just tried to sew straight through, diagonally through all of the squares. Here are my quilting lines so far, and it was the end of the day, so I wasn't sure if I would quilt more on this quilt or not, so I did cut away the excess batting and backing, and I slept on my decision. I wasn't sure where I wanted to add quilting lines in this quilt top. After sleeping on it, I did decide where I wanted to add those lines, and that will be right next to the seam in those longer diamond shaped quilt blocks. I will be sewing right next to the seam, so about a half an inch away from the seam I am putting a quilting line, and I'll be doing that on both sides of that diamond shaped quilt block. So there'll be 2 quilting lines through those longer rectangular quilt blocks all the way through my quilt. I'm very happy that I decided to put these lines in. They were really easy to do without marking, and it adds just the right amount of quilting, I think, for this beautiful quilt that I'll be donating to Project Linus. The next thing I needed to do was to make the binding, and I had this nice blue fabric, and I'll be piecing it together to make a long binding piece to go around my quilt. I added binding to my quilt, and first I attached it to the back and then rolled it to the front and top stitched all the way around, and I'll leave a link below on a way to add binding to your quilt. The last thing to do to finish this quilt was to roll the binding to the front and top stitch all the way around with a matching thread. Today I saved a little money by piecing the batting, but I also spent some money when I purchased this extension table for my machine, and I did enjoy using it, so I think it was a good purchase. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.